is like you guys take just a different and unique approach to thinking about brand. I think you're really, focused on the sort of resident journey, the resident experience, which is ultimately building that branding and marketing experience for the benefit of the residents, but ultimately it drives developer and client results. So do you want to dive into that a little bit? Talk about your kind of thought process philosophy.
Yeah, I can kick us off there. It's taken us a little while to get to this point because you have to understand and learn the industry first, and we spent a long time doing that in previous years. But really having the mindset that the renter comes first, and how can we kind of put ourselves in their shoes? What are they going to see first? What are they going to see second, third, fourth, fifth? And how can we impact that journey for them? And then from a brand experience perspective, how can we make sure that they feel connected, kind of sought after and wanted in that journey, so that when they finally land in an apartment, they feel like they've been taken care of from point A to point B. And I think that also tends to get lost a little bit in early development conversations around this is actually really a business asset at the end of the day for the development partner. And Brian, I know you have some really good thoughts around that, so I'll kick it to you. But that's actually been something that we've been discovering over the last few years of our work too, is it's one thing to talk about brand and executing really well creatively, but I think where the power is unlocked is when we work with partners that understand that this is also a business asset. It goes well beyond just doing really good work.
Yeah. So going to your customer or leasing experience and resident experience, I mean, before a lease is signed, they say that a potential resident will engage with your brand 12 times on average before a lease is signed. And so from our perspective, we want every one of those touch points to be very elevated and very on brand. So in the same way that a developer is pushing an architect to create a very seamless on-site experience for a resident, obviously, we want that same experience to be brought before they even step foot on site through to create a very seamless leasing process, so that when they do step foot on site, they already have, they already can feel the vibe of the project. They understand the brand. They understand why they want to live there and what the experience is going to be like when they do live there. And that itself becomes the asset for the developer. It builds their brand reputation, and then that brand reputation increases demand in the market, helps them stabilize faster. So there's certainly a mechanics to the creative strategy of it all that does impact the bottom line of the project.
Yeah, I think ultimately that's the big thing that gets missed oftentimes. There's this idea out there that is, I think, predominant that you're going to build a brand and just create a overall thing that you have to do, because it's like we have sort of a little bit of a brand, but we don't want to spend a lot of money because it's just a cost. It's really not something that's going to be any value. I have to do it. 123mainstreet.com. We have a website, whatever. And so, but I think what we try to advise clients is exactly what you're saying there. And like, hey, a good, well-designed, quality brand that increases the reputation in the market can drive business results. So both, like, for example, an aspect of you have this sort of branded asset in perpetuity, but it also drives and increases, the idea that residents are attracted to this property and drives rents. So faster absorption, higher rents, better quality residents are all things that impact the bottom line of the property, and that there can be a good solid return on investment for this marketing.
Right. And I don't think that people have traditionally thought of the branding work as having the ability to do that. They think of it as kind of an expense that you just have to pay when you're going to lease up the property, and there's really not a lot of thought, there's not a lot of investment put into it. And it's exactly that. It should be an investment. It should be something that does increase the long-term value of the project, and that's the way that we really think about it.
Yeah.